Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. First Wednesday after the time change for a lot of us, not for all of us. For you lucky people that live in Arizona, no time change for you. So I really hate this time of year. I really hate this time of year, especially right around putting the clocks back an hour. It's like your body's trying to adjust to, going to bed later and then waking up later, and it's like you feel more tired at nighttime because if like 9 o'clock feels like 10 o'clock because it used to be 10 o'clock. And then anyway, I hope the shred was okay tonight, guys. I had minimal time to warm up. I only had like 5 minutes to try to get warmed up. And to answer your question, Doroteo, did I put SIT strings on this guitar? No, I did not. I put the strings that it came with, like the little cheapy strings that came in the Glary kit, my $53 kit from Temu. I put those strings on that guitar. I didn't want to waste a set of my good quality SIT strings on this because I wasn't sure if this guitar was going to be any good or not. It's like, is it going to play well? Is it going to be a waste of time? So I didn't want to waste a set of the SITs because, they're not cheap. They're not free. I don't get those strings for free. So anyway, hello to everybody that's in there. Let me start naming names here. You guys are in there and I'm not even saying anything. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Mikey, At Least I Try, Mr. JW, Sienna, Rod, Shred and Shine Guitar Works, Stan, Troy, Unexpected Fire, cool name, Gilbert, Dr. Joe, Searching for Tone, Pepe Le Pew. I don't think I've seen that one before. Doroteo. Did I say Shred and Shine already? I think I did, right? Marlon. How's it going, Marlon? And who am I missing? Let's see here. Mercuriochrome Blues. Did I say that right? I don't know. Dwight Bailey. What's up, Dwight? Rod. Sienna. Did I already get Sienna? Eli Joplin. Dave, six-string Stanger. Who else we got? Raycron, what's up, dude? Troy. And I think I got everybody. So how's it going, guys? Everybody adjusting to the time change? Everybody adjusting to it? Galaxy Stranger wants to know, why is it so hard to find a cheap guitar with a 43 millimeter nut width? I don't know. I think they all just kind of go with that standard size of like 42, right? If I had to guess, I didn't measure it, but I'm sure this one is like 42 or less. Let me check here. Yep, right about 42. As suspected, maybe even a tiny bit more narrow, maybe like 41 and a half or something. I don't know. But I got to say, I'm happy for that because I don't like wide nuts. I like the narrow nuts, guys. Oh, Eli is no longer handsome. He's just Eli Joplin. He didn't want Rix to be mad because, after all, Rix is more handsome than all of us. We can't all be as good looking as Rix. That's just the way it is. We got to get used to that. Mikey says, going good. Did you hear about China tariffs going back down? Yes, but You know, the thing about that is I cannot keep that information straight. It's like, okay, yeah, this week the tariffs are down. What's going to happen tomorrow or next week? It is such a yo-yo thing. Like, I mean, it's just like, it changes so much. I can't keep it straight. Like, what is the current tariff rate right now? I don't even know. It went down to what? And I don't know. And then next week it could be, it's just so crazy with that stuff, you know? Hard to keep track. Yeah, there's no Folgers coffee in my red cup, guys. Also, there's no Sanka in this cup. It's just ice water. It's just ice water. SIT strings comes with the extra string. It does? Mine don't come with extra strings. Like, there's literally 6 strings in the package, and that's it. So, yeah, 6-string Stanger. He does a lot of Firefly videos, right? They should be sending you a Christmas card, Dave. You should be getting a Christmas card from Firefly. That's how many Fireflies Dave buys. A lot. In fact, I don't even know what video Dave has coming out tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Firefly. So Eli asking if I plan on doing a video on the new Leo James headless guitar. Guess what arrived at my house yesterday? You guessed it, the new Leo James headless guitar. Yeah. So that one might be coming out on Monday. Very good chance that that will be my Monday video. I've barely had a chance to look at it, open it, and like see what color they sent me, because there's several different colors. So it looks pretty cool. I mean, I haven't plugged it in or played it or anything, so hopefully that'll be my video on Monday. I got a lot of stuff in the works, guys. I got like my whole schedule down here for like the next 2 months. Well, not quite the next 2 months, like a little over a month. Yeah, Seven Pain Studios. I hear you, man. But just wait, like it's not always like all the way as bad as it's gonna get, right? It's gonna start getting darker sooner and sooner, and pretty soon, like here, at least on the West Coast, when it's the days are the shortest, it's dark at 5 o'clock. I mean, it's already almost dark at 5 o'clock, but pretty soon it's gonna be like 4:59. I see a little bit of light out there, and then the clock, clicks over to 5 o'clock, and it's like, boom, pitch black. Man, I hate that. Hey, we got Tony Taylor, and we got Brian's Gate, who just woke up. Brian's Gate, sleeping one off again. Right, Brian's Gate? Okay, so speaking of the Sanka and my angry dad, guys, in case you didn't watch my video on Monday on my $53 Temu guitar, I'm going to show you the little portion that my dad made an appearance. My dad just like totally interrupted my video. I couldn't believe it. Here I was recording my video, and he just walks in to start yelling at me about something. So here it is.
All right, guys, so
Is it too much to ask to get a decent cup of coffee in this house?
What are you talking about? I have a whole thing of Folgers down in the kitchen.
Folgers. Really, son? Why don't you just ask me to drink out of the toilet?
Well, what kind of coffee do you want?
I've told you 1,000 times before. Can you just get me some Sanka instant coffee? Is that too much to ask, son?
Sanka? Do they even make that anymore?
Well, for your sake, you better hope they do.
Okay, next time I go to the store, I'll look for it.
Next time, better be today.
Okay.
There you go, guys. Another visit by my dad. I have a feeling my dad's gonna be popping in more and more. He's kind of just like at my house all the time now, so we'll see. You never know what he's gonna be mad about, what he's gonna be yelling at me about, so whatever. But he's my dad. I still love my dad, even though he gets mad at me. Shred and Shine. I have not seen the ERT do-it-yourself kit. I didn't even know they had one. Like, what's the body shape? Is it just like a normal Strat kit or something? I don't know anything about it, to be quite honest. Yeah, why is Folgers getting so much hate? Well, people were like commenting in the video and in the short, and even in here, some of you guys are like, "Oh, Folgers, that's the worst." See, RDT275 Folgers Yucko. I really do have Folgers. That's the coffee I drink. It tastes fine to me. I am not a coffee snob. I'm not. And it's actually a step up. I used to buy, now this is one thing that my dad did give me a hard time about. For real. I used to buy the Walmart brand coffee, the Great Value. For those of you that know about Walmart, you shop there. Their in-house brand is called Great Value. I used to buy the Great Value coffee grinds, and my dad was here for real, and he's like, "Your Walmart coffee? Really?" He's like, "Can't you get like a better quality coffee?" So I upgraded from the Walmart to the Folgers. Okay, guys, that's an upgrade. It's not toilet water. And yes, I have my dad's hairline, or he has my hairline, however you wanna look at it. And you know what, guys? I'm so used to the taste of my Folgers and the way I make it. I don't make it strong. I make it like pretty light, because I used to get like acid reflux and heartburn and stuff, and coffee is not good for that. So I started making my coffee very light. So it's pretty much to the point where, like, if I get coffee anywhere else, like out at a restaurant or a Starbucks or 7-Eleven or whatever, I never like that coffee. I never like those coffees as much as my Folgers that I make at home. My favorite, my bestest coffee is my Folgers that I make right here in my house. So there. Anyway. If I ever get Maxwell House, there's probably no going back. Okay. I did have Maxwell House one time, because I think I saw it at like a discount store. There was like a thing of Maxwell House that was like really cheap at the discount store, and I bought it. But for whatever reason, I just stuck with my Folgers. Yes, Folgers Light. Folgers Light. Yes, indeed. But not the decaf. Not the decaf, guys. Just regular Folgers. I don't go that light. I notice, like, if I don't drink as much coffee like as I normally do, I start to get that caffeine headache. You know, like, where's the caffeine? I've actually tried to kind of cut down on my coffee consumption very recently. I've been doing several things recently, guys, to try to like get healthier. Hey, there we go. My dad will be happy. Sanka Fund. Now I have to go and look for the Sanka instant coffee. I have to see if I can find that. Dave Mustaine's coffee was the best, huh? Megadeth coffee. Wow, okay. Yeah, I've never been tempted to buy like those like signature coffees. I don't know what you would call those. Coffee brand from a famous person. You know, I'm just good with my cheap coffee. I'm good with that. And the last time I just bought a thing of it from Costco like a couple of weeks ago. A huge thing for like 20 bucks. It'll last me quite a while. Yeah, the Keurig, right? So Pepe Le Pew. Keurig bankrupted you. Yeah, if you use those pods all the time, man, That's way more expensive than just using the regular little, scooping your stuff and dripping into the little carafe. I used to have one of those cup things, but it's just so much more expensive. Mushroom coffee. Yes, I have seen the mushroom coffee. It's not something I want to try. Mr. JW says they still make Sanka. Excellent. I should get some I should get it and make it and try it right here in the live stream. Like, I shouldn't try it beforehand. It's like, make the cup right before the live stream and then be like, all right, guys, here we go, trying the Sanka. And then give you guys like the official Bald Shredder review of the Sanka instant coffee. I should do that. Maybe I will. I'll have to look on Amazon. I'll bet it's on Amazon. Maybe they even sell it at Walmart. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Coffee, yeah, Tyler, coffee it does have a bitter taste, but that's literally my favorite drink. Man, I wake up in the morning and the first thing on my mind is like, coffee. I got to go downstairs and make my coffee. And I would drink like 10 cups of coffee a day if it didn't have kind of an adverse effect on me or keep me awake too much. Get my dad on the stream. Okay, yeah, maybe. I use a coffee maker. Marlon, this is a little coffee maker. You put the coffee grinds in the top with the little filter, you put the water in the back, and then it drips down into the little carafe, and then when it's done percolating, then I pour it in my cup. I add a little bit of 2% milk, and that's it. 2% milk. I don't put any sweetener. I don't put any flavors. I don't put any sugar. I cut all that stuff out years ago. So a little bit of 2% milk and I'm good. And I don't drink soda anymore. I cut out soda years ago as well. So now I drink sparkling water. Like the LaCroix, like the lime flavored sparkling water, because I'm so sophisticated. Ew, drinking my sparkling water. So that and iced tea. I drink Japanese green tea, iced tea. I also drink hot tea. Okay, Shred and Shine. I will talk about what's coming up on the schedule. I'm going to tell you like a bunch of stuff that I got coming up. But first, I'm going to show you guys the classic jam clip of the week. I've also got some ridiculous offers of the week. Do I have any idea how much sugar's in milk? No, I don't. Apparently I don't. I'll have to look at the label. I didn't even think about that. Okay, what am I doing? Here we go, guys. All right, there you go. That one's going back a ways. Anybody remember that guitar? The Wins? Wins, lose, or draw? No, the Wins guitar. That's the only guitar. That's the only guitar from that brand that I've ever done a review on. Okay, what is with this milk having sugar in it? What the heck? Oh, it's natural milk sugar. Provides a source of energy. Okay, well, I only put like a little splash of sugar in my coffee. It's not like I'm pouring a big old glass of milk and drinking a glass of milk. I'm not doing that. So I don't think I'm getting a significant amount of sugar from coffee. I think Tyler said, when's the next batch of stuff going up on eBay? That's a good question. Look at this right here, Tyler. I actually printed out the other day. You guys can't see it, but every single one of those is a guitar that I would like to sell. Stuff that you guys have seen reviewed. That's a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, almost 24 guitars that I need to put up for sale. But putting stuff up for sale means I have to find a box to fit it, measure the box, weigh it, and then go on eBay and put in all the information. And it's just very time consuming. But I will tell you this. By Tuesday next week, in fact, on Tuesday, because I'm going to have some extra time on Tuesday, I will promise you that there will be 2 guitars for sale in my eBay store on Tuesday next week. I can't tell you which guitars because I don't even know at this point, but I will take the time to get 2 guitars up on Tuesday. There you go. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. When am I going to get a Chill Cat guitar? I don't know. I'd have to buy one, I suppose. I sent them a message, I think on Instagram, saying, hey, I'd love to review one of your guitars if you'd like to, if you're interested in sending me anything. And I got no reply. I don't even know if they read my message. So if I'm going to buy something, it has to be something that really appeals to me. I'll have to look at their stuff again because if I recall, isn't Chill Cat and Bad Cat the same thing? And aren't they just kind of here's sort of our Les Paul copy and our Strat copy, or do they have other stuff? I don't remember. I don't know what I'm going to put up there, Rod. It might be something you're really interested in. You might get yourself in hot water again with the wife. You never know. And you know what, Joe? I don't even have any local guitar stores right in my area. I'd have to go quite a ways. There's kind of nothing right around here. But I do have a lot of guitar boxes. I have plenty of boxes. It's just a matter of getting the guitar and then finding the right looking at all my boxes, and it's got to have adequate protection so it doesn't get damaged in the shipping. Now, Shred and Shine said, what do I got coming up on the schedule? So let me tell you guys some of the stuff I have coming up. Coming up very soon, well, the Leo James headless guitar. I already talked about that. Also, there's a Leo James bass guitar. I haven't even opened the box yet. That'll be at some point. That might be in December because I have so much stuff to get to this month. The bass guitar might be in December. The Acklot do-it-yourself single cut. Remember the Acklot with the push-pull that wasn't connected? Well, I got the do-it-yourself kit. I've already stained it. Guess what? You know what's cool about the Acklot kits compared to the Leo James kits and the Festley kit? There is no sander sealer. There's no sealer on the body. So you can stain the wood. You don't have to sand off a layer of sealer, which is oh, thank you, cool. I can actually stain it. So I've already stained the body and I put tung oil on there. Looks really nice. I just have to put the whole thing together. That one will be really soon. Do you guys remember the Kahaya guitar that I did? Kahaya! It was a black Strat, no pickguard, and it had a humbucker and 2 single coils, and it was a matte black finish. Anybody remember that one? So, I just talked to them a couple of days ago, and they're going to be sending me their single cut guitar. It's similar to the Acklot. It's like a single cut, but it's a bolt-on neck. But I don't think it's 24 frets. I think it's 22 frets. But 2 humbuckers. That one will probably be this month. And then they've got another Strat model, which is even nicer, way nicer than the black one I did. Like the roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets. It looks really nice. That one will probably be in December. What else? Well, then there's the Acklot do-it-yourself Strat kit. Because remember, I did the Strat guitar as well. Well, they've got that same guitar in a do-it-yourself. Again, the body has no sealer on it, so I'm going to be able to stain the top. I'm trying to decide which color I'm going to do on that one, because that's the Strat. It's got the cream-colored pickguard, so it's got to be a color that goes well with the cream-colored pickguard. Have I reviewed any Dean Dimebag guitars? No, I haven't. I have not. You know what, Fretboard Diaries? So talking about the Fessli, I only did the one Fessli kit, and it was a Strat, and it was routed for 3 single coil pickups. It's actually hanging on the wall over there. I took that body, and I just used the body, and I put a different neck on it, and a different pickguard, and different pickups, and it actually looks pretty cool. And it looks cool with that natural finish. So on that one case, I'm glad that it was like sealed, like it had a layer of sealer on it, because it looks pretty cool with the pickguard that I got for that guitar. That one, I don't know when I'm gonna do that video on that. It's just whenever I get like a break in my schedule where I don't have, like a sponsored video, like a guitar that somebody sent me. Like, oh, I don't have anything for this week. That's when I'll throw in the stuff that I do myself, like this one, like the Temu guitar. I've had this one like for several months, but I finally had a spot in my schedule this Monday to throw it in there. Yeah, on any of these kits, guys, there's little things you got to deal with. Little things you got to fix. I told you in the video how I had to shim that neck pocket, the entire neck pocket. I had to put a piece of wood to raise up the neck, and those are the kind of things that like you may or may not have to do. And there's always like little things like that. They're not perfect, and that's one of the reasons why they're so cheap. So anyway, hey Mitch. Hello, Mitch. How's it going, Mitch? What else do I have coming up? Well, guess what, guys? Temu wants to sponsor another video. Remember all those Temu videos that I did? I'm not talking about this one. It's so funny because I just did the Temu video on Monday, which was not sponsored. I bought that kit. There was nothing official from the company. I bought it, whatever. And then I get an email from them actually before Monday. They emailed me before Monday, before I even put that video up, saying, hey, Bald Shredder, how's it going? We'd like to have you do another video. And I was like, wow, interesting timing. So I will have another Temu video coming up this month. I've got a Donner video coming up on Thanksgiving week, like a Black Friday Donner video that will feature 3 of their guitars in one video. Guitar Bob, hey, Guitar Bob, how's it going? Hey, that sounds great, Pepe Le Pew. I'm glad you got all those Leo James guitars. Very cool. I see. Does Temu want you to install their app? They probably do, but you don't have to. You can go to temu.com on your computer. And of course you have to make an account if you're going to order stuff. But I buy stuff from Temu all the time. Never had an issue. Marlon, you want me to put the Temu logo on my... But it's technically a Glarry. It's not a Temu guitar. It's a Glarry guitar that Temu sold. So really you should have the Glarry logo on there. But I'm perfectly happy for it to have no logo. And it can't say Ricotta because that's not the Ricotta headstock. That's not the right headstock. What else do I have coming up? That's about all I can share with you guys. I have one secret guitar. I'm not going to give you guys any hints or tell you anything about it because this one is like flying way under the radar. I just found it like last week and I haven't seen anybody talking about it or doing a review on it, and it looks really cool. I got it. It's sitting right over there. That one will be coming up probably this month or maybe the 1st of December. We'll see. It's something like very traditional, but it looks a little cooler than most of the stuff that you see. It's the kind of thing that you look at it and you go, oh, well, that's kind of neat. Or you might look at it and go, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, Mitch, don't worry about it. Obviously, taking care of your wife that's important. Watching my live stream, not important. So you don't even need to apologize for that. I was just thinking about this today, man. Our health is literally the most important thing. There's nothing more important to that. I was out earlier today. I was trying to beat the darkness going for my daily 2-mile walk, which I started last week. So I am now walking like 2 miles a day as soon as I get home from work. Now, especially because of the stupid time change, get home and I'm like rushing out the door, there's a nice trail across the street, like a river trail, really nice. I go down and back, and round trip is a little over 2 miles. And while I was doing it tonight, I was walking and I was like, I could have come home and just said, it's almost dark already and it's too late. And I was like, no, I got to get out there and do it, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So try to stay healthy, guys. Where is our fearless leader? Jamie is not here tonight. She messaged me like a hour ago or an hour and a half ago, and she's like, I can't stay awake. I'm sorry. The time change is really hitting me hard. So she had to go to bed. So that's why she's not here. Let's see here. Frank says there's something on the left of the screen. You know what? That's been sitting there for like a while. And you're the first person to even mention it. Talking about this guitar over here, right? This one? If I can get my finger on it. Right there. Right there. You guys want to know what that is? I haven't done a video on that one either. I've had that one like forever, and I just have not gotten to doing a video on that. Is the orange guitar that IYV sent me up for sale? You're talking about this one? It is not up for sale yet. I kind of feel like, I keep toying with the idea of selling it, but then I feel like, man, as soon as I sell it, I'm going to regret that I sold it because it's so nice. But I have so many guitars, I need to get rid of them, right? But there's some that I'll like absolutely never sell. But maybe I'm toying with the idea on that one. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Daniel, you don't need to worry about my safety as far as walking at night. I don't live in a dangerous community. I live in a very safe community, and I'm not really walking when it's dark. It's just like it's dusk. The sun's going down, and by the time I get home, like it's almost dark. But there's other people out there walking on the trail. So there's like plenty of people out there at the same time. So don't worry. Anyway, all right, I'll show it to you guys. It's really nothing special. Yes, it is a mini guitar. This is the Licks Pro mini guitar. Licks Pro mini guitar. Now, they didn't send this to me. I bought it. I bought it on eBay. It was like an open box. But it has to be like a year and a half ago, maybe. I don't even remember when I bought it. It's been so long. And I just have not gotten around to doing the video on it. So I think I paid $70 and it was the guitar. And I think it has a little gig bag too. And a little amplifier with like the outside of the amp is red to match the guitar. Like a whole, kind of beginner's kit. And I was like, wow, $70, that's really cool. And the reason it appealed to me, 2 humbuckers and it's a Strat design and it's got a pretty thin neck too. And I bet I could do some pretty good shredding on it. But at some point, I will get to the video on this. At some point. I don't think it has active pickups. There's no battery box in the back. So, they look like they're active, but this is a super cheap guitar, so no. And it's a hardtail, so I like that. But the strings do not go through the body. The strings have to go in through the back of the bridge. I've only done one other Licks Pro guitar, and it was the gold top Les Paul model, if anybody remembers that one. And that was the one they sent me. And then after that, I never heard from them again. They never contacted me to do another review on any of their stuff. So I ended up buying this one. But I will do a video on it at some point. Like I was saying earlier, when I have here comes Monday and I don't have anything. I don't have a guitar for this coming Monday. So then I'll do, one of those. But I always seem to have stuff. In fact, I always seem to have too much stuff. I'm looking at my schedule that I typed up a couple of days ago. And over the next 4 weeks, guys, I don't know about next week. Maybe not next week. But it's going to be 2 videos a week coming up several times. Because I have stuff from people, and they don't want to wait 2 months. It's oh, can you wait until the middle of December? And they're going to be like, what? So I got to double up, which means more work for me, but it means more videos for you guys. Yay! Hey, Wayne, how's it going? Okay, so I did say I have some ridiculous offers of the week, and I do. So I'm gonna pull some of those up on my phone here and read them to you. Okay, let's see here. Let me see if I can find. I gotta pull up my email. Dun, 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 dun. Where's this one? Okay, here's one. And then after this one, I gotta go into my spam folder. But let me do the intro. Where's the intro? Here we go.
The Bald Shredder presents Ridiculous Offers of the Week.
Okay. This one, this is a generic email because they didn't even take the time to cut and paste my name at the top. It starts like this. Dear creator, my name is blah, 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 and I'm contacting you on the behalf of the name of the company, Collaboration Team. We've been checking out your content and appreciate the way you present your work. Your authentic approach resonates strongly with what we represent. Excellence in ergonomic design and creator-focused performance. We are known internationally for high-performance seating solutions built for gamers who value both comfort and durability. Our products are engineered to enhance long creative sessions, or whether you're streaming. There's kind of their grammar was not too good right there. So let's see here. We're currently developing our global creator network and would love to partner with you to feature our products. So you get your chair of choice, yours to keep. Oh boy. Compensation based on your standard rates. Oh, well, I should tell them my standard rate is $5,000 per video. Total creative autonomy, no scripts. Bald Shredder is unscripted, guys. Well, not always, though. Sometimes there is a script. Simple collaboration process. Create content your own way. Well, anyway, I just did a chair commercial not long ago. You guys remember what I just did? The Flexi Spot chair. Remember that? The chair that had the thing to put your feet up. I am not doing another chair video anytime soon. So no on that one. Okay, spam. Oh, there's a new spam. A new spam. Let's see here. Of course, it's fake spam. Okay, here it is, guys. Greetings, our team at JBL. You guys know JBL, right? Our team at JBL are interested in a potential collaboration with you. We are considering working together to promote our products to your audience. If this sounds interesting, reply to us so we can negotiate the possibilities. Cheers, Team JBL. Now, normally that would be exciting, right? JBL, that's a huge company. That's, wow, finally, the big boys are paying attention to the Bald Shredder. Except when you look at the email. Of course, it says from JBL, but when you click on it to expand that little box, it's like a random number and a bunch of letters at saysnam.cz. Well, nothing screams authentic more than a saysnam.cz email address, right? Yeah, because I'm sure, JBL, they wouldn't have their own email like jbl.com. They wouldn't have that, right? They're going to have something that's like from Eastern Europe somewhere. Scam! No reply to that guy. Okay, here's another one. This one's really funny. All it says is, good afternoon, Richard James Guitar, because that's the first part of my email address. I have some suggestions for your YouTube channel with an exclamation point. And that's it. So I guess that's supposed to like draw me in and reply and be like, really? What kind of suggestions? And then they just hook me in like that. Nope, not today. Not today, Sherry. That's what it says her name is. Pretty sure her name's not Sherry or his name. All right, here's another one. Oh, this is another one that says, hello, Richard James Guitar. Now, listen carefully to this one, guys. This one's really funny. I am the administrator of a significant company. Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't say the name of the company, but it is significant. We have carefully studied your channel and would like to extend you the opportunity to cooperate in the sector of publicity. If you are interested in our suggestion, we will be willing to go over the fine points. We are looking forward to your reply. Let's check the email here. Well, that one's a Gmail account, but again, it's like all these random letters and numbers. Just, yeah. I'm sure they would love to go over the fine points, such as my bank account number, my social security number, right? Yeah. No thanks. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to fool the Bald Shredder. Like at least 5:45, at least that early. Yeah, luckily, Metal Dude doesn't have access to my email. Otherwise, he would totally be replying to all those and be like, yeah, sign me up, man. I'm good. What? How much money are you going to give me? What do you need? A copy of my birth certificate? No problem. Here it is. When is the 7-string monsoon coming out? No idea. I have given up trying to predict or to get accurate information, like when is this Leo James guitar going to be on Amazon? You know how I found out the Leo James headless guitars were out? Because I was searching on Amazon. He didn't even tell me, like, hey, the headless guitars are going to be on Amazon really soon. Nope, no message like that. I just search Amazon all the time because that's the only way I seem to know. And I was like, headless guitar, what the heck? And I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, can you send me that headless guitar? And it wasn't Leo, it was his assistant. He said, yeah, I already sent it to you. Didn't even tell me. He's like, it'll be at your house in 2 days. And sure enough, 2 days later, headless guitar and bass guitar. They got new bass guitars on Amazon as well. So I never know. I mean, I've given up asking, when's that going to be? When's that coming? Because he'll tell me something and it doesn't happen. And then stuff shows up that he never even told me about. It's like, what the heck? So you guys are in the exact same boat with me. It's like, well, what's, the new Leo James stuff? I know when it shows up on Amazon, just like you can look on Amazon. So anyway, what pots fit in a Festly? Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you call, you got the little dime size ones, but then you have the bigger ones, but the bigger ones should fit too, because the post that pokes up through the hole, those are all kind of like the same size, aren't they? And if it didn't fit through the hole, you could always like make that hole a little bit wider to make it poke up through the hole. So as far as I know, any pots should fit. But I am not a pot expert. I am not. Speaking of 7-string guitars, guys, one of the newer companies that I've been dealing with, they are coming out with a 7-string guitar, which they said they're going to be sending to me, but there was no ETA on it. They showed me a picture, looks really nice. So at some point, I will be doing another review of a 7-string guitar. It's not Leo James. So we'll see. Oh, whew. So guys, guess what I'm watching on Netflix right now? There's a show on Netflix. I think it's from Thailand. It's called Zombivore. It's a zombie show. And it's these students. They're at like a college, and they get trapped in their college because there's this zombie outbreak, and they're trapped in like the buildings of the college. And it's not a movie. It's like a series. So I've watched a few episodes so far. I love anything zombie, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's pretty good. It's fun to watch. It's a good way to waste some time. So that's what I'm currently watching. Okay, guys, so we got a few minutes left here. Yes, Ogre Lord, I think it is worth watching. Or at least, start watching the first episode and see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can always turn it off. And last week, or earlier when did I finish? Probably last week. I finished watching the second season of Daryl Dixon, the Walking Dead spinoff. Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. That's what they called the second season. So I finished that. That was really good. Wow, that was really good. Pepe Le Pew, you're going to have to hope that Six String Stinger does a video on tube amps, because I know nothing about tube amps. I've never owned a tube amp in my entire life, ever. And I don't ever plan to buy a tube amp. Any amps I've ever bought, they've either been like solid state or like my Line 6 back there, digital. I have no interest in tube amps. Just never needed one. And I thought, if I can use this solid state amp like a Randall or a Crate, I've had a couple of Randalls that were really good. Why do I need to mess with that extra added thing of having a tube, and eventually the tube's going to go out and you got to replace the tube? I was perfectly happy with the amps that I had. Okay, guys, so any final questions or comments? Maybe something you said earlier and I didn't catch it. I'm gonna try to catch it now. I'm gonna kind of shut up here for a second, and you guys can pop into the chat. Anything you want to say? Now's the time. Do. Yeah, Big H, I always thought crate amps sounded really good. And the Randalls too. You know, those Randall amps that they had like in late 80s, early 90s, the Randalls and the crates, I was perfectly happy with that stuff. I have no need for the big 100-watt amp heads and the big 4 12-inch speakers. I have absolutely no need for that. If I had it, it would just sit here collecting dust. I don't even use the amps that I have. I just have no need for it because I do all my playing on my computer now. Dr. Joe, the Festley stuff is pretty good. The Festley stuff is pretty good. I'm not going to say it's like, wow, it's amazing, it's fantastic. But the Festley stuff is pretty good. I think the Leo James stuff is better, definitely. But it just depends on what features you want, you know, and what price point you're looking for. And like, you like the shape of that one? You like the color of that one? You like the kind of bridge that one has? You like a regular headstock, a reverse headstock? You know, it's just a lot of different stuff. Some of the Festley stuff is like really nice. The nicer Telecaster model that they came out with and the Les Paul style model. I did reviews on both of those. Those are both really good. Did I ever have a G&L? I did not. I never had a G&L. Father, no. Thank you very much. He says that I'm awesome. I have to agree with that assessment. Yeah, there's so many good shows coming out of Korea. Not just the zombie shows, but tons of stuff. They really put out a lot of good shows, and I'm so glad they're on Netflix. Netflix is like buying those shows and putting them on Netflix, and fantastic stuff. I've seen all that stuff, Ogre Lord, all that stuff you just mentioned. Kingdom, Alive, All of Us Are Dead. I've watched all that. See you later, Dave. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. So that'll be it for today. No video tomorrow, so I will be back on Monday, probably with the Leo James headless guitar video. And then there will definitely be a video on Thursday as well. I don't know for sure which one that's going to be at this point. I'm still kind of planning out next week. For those of you that are members, there will be a members live stream on Sunday. Yes, I do know that Fender bought the G&L name. What they're going to do with it, we'll see, right? Who knows? All right, guys, so thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Good night, everybody.